I like everybody to throw away their cell phones, pages, etc. Better yet, I like everybody to start growing their own food to try to support the population. Sounds pretty crazy, doesn't it? Well, it is. But let me tell you, thanks to a couple of individuals called engineers that have kept us out of the dark ages, we can thank these people for everything that we have, from everything to electricity to the common telephone. Or better yet, what about the refrigerator? Could you think of life without the refrigerator? I know that people take these things for granted. And, I have to admit myself, I do too. But we have to give thanks to those few individuals. And in saying that, I would like this opportunity to point out to you a possible career in engineering. As far as a career in engineering, there are a couple of things that can be very rewarding for it. But before we get started on that, there's just a couple of prerequisites that I feel that I need to let you know about. The first one is the educational requirement, or better yet, are you qualified to be an engineer? And the answer to that question is, and I personally believe, is that everybody is qualified to be an engineer. All it takes is just a little bit of hard work and dedication. You don't have to be a super genius or anything like that. It is the engineer part of the human brain that's really responsible for our freeloading ways. It's the engineer in us. As far as the necessary education that's required, is quite a few courses. The first 2 years of getting an engineering degree will require heavy math courses and heavy science courses. I know this sounds challenging, but like I said before, if you decide to take on this adventure, trust me, it's eventually going to pay off. And as far as job prospects, the outlook for engineer all the way to 2030 is more than 80% job growth, and that's quite dynamic when you think about it. With that, another important topic to cover is financial freedom. Engineers are among some of the highest paid individuals in the world, ranking up there anyway. But like I said, it's going to take some hard work, but, all of your fruits will come to bear. Another important thing in engineering that you must have is effective communicating, whether that's working with one people or working in a team. And engineers usually do work in teams. So you're going to have effective communication skills. You're not going to be able to do everything by yourself. Most great things were invented by a group of individuals instead of individuals. As far as when you finally do get your engineering degree, there are a couple of options that you can take. One of the options is to get your professional engineer's license. With this license, you'll be certified by the government to work on civilian structures. Such as buildings and water pipes. You'll be trusted in doing that kind of stuff, and more specifically, it can land you jobs in the civilian and the military sector, aside from the private sector. As far as discipline is concerned, there are a couple of disciplines in engineering. The one that I'm in is electrical engineering, which can deal anything from electricity all the way up to computers, anything dealing with electricity. Mechanical just describes it mechanical, dealing with cars and moving parts. Agricultural engineers, you can thank those guys for us eating every day, coming up with technologies to better produce food. Biological engineers, chemical engineers, and such on. But one of the best things that I think about engineering is, aside from the job, is the pay. And like I said, it definitely pays off, and it is one thing that you can definitely be satisfied in and get a pretty good paycheck, and be happy with your job every day. In saying that, I hope I've convinced you out there to hopefully switch your major. I don't know, I hope I did convince somebody to switch your major to engineering. And thank you very much.